Over the years, there has been a debate over the legalization of marijuana in the United States. According to the Marijuana Policy Project, 11 states and Washington, D.C. are fully legal, 21 states allow medical marijuana only, and 11 more states could fully legalize marijuana in 2020. There are passionate arguments on both sides of the marijuana legalization debate.
I am against marijuana because I have always thought that it is truly a gateway drug. It's a gateway to bad decisions, and surrounding yourself with people who don't have your best interest at heart. From a very young age, I grew up watching countless people who I love subjected to marijuana at a young age, and they always would find their way into the wrong crowd, and ultimately it leads to hardcore drugs rather than just marijuana, and it definitely alters your brain to a state of not being the same person you were before.
Procon.org states that marijuana causes increased emergency room visits, medical care, DUIs, and secondhand smoke. There's a 6% increase in fatal accidents involving marijuana.
I'm not in favor of the legalization of marijuana for a couple of reasons. I feel that if people were to smoke weed in their own house and not go out, while they were obviously impaired, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have an issue when I'm driving down the street and I pull up next to a car and a big cloud of smoke comes out of the car and I obviously smell marijuana. How is that safe? And I feel that if it wasn't so easy to get, maybe they wouldn't do that. So in Las Vegas, you're mixing impairment with being under the influence of marijuana, in addition to a lot of people who drive drunk. So that's a concern I have.
I think cannabis should be legalized medically and recreationally. The first reason is in 2019, the Pew Research Center wrote an article saying that 66% of Americans want the legalization of cannabis. That's either medical or recreational. Medical is around 59%, medical and recreational, and just medical is 32%. Another reason why we should consider the legalization of cannabis is because it does help some veterans like myself with pain. That is more of an anecdotal reason, but we need to have enough science and research to back that up. If there is potential for help there, I think we should be investigating that.
According to the Marijuana Policy Project, 128 million Americans have used marijuana, and making it illegal does not stop people from using it. When police arrest people for marijuana use, it prevents them from focusing on real crime.
One of the pros of weed, and the most obvious pro of weed, is that it does reduce anxiety for those who do struggle with that mental disorder. It allows them to calm down and allows them to think more clearly. Another pro of weed is that it helps with people with epilepsy. So people who have epileptic seizures and stuff like that, when they see bright flashing colors, it helps reduce the amount of times that they do encounter that. Another pro of weed, oddly enough, is that it does it does help with weight loss. Oddly enough, even though it does cause some people to want to eat their entire fridge, it does help with them losing weight, which is pretty cool. Another interesting fact is that it does expand the airways of the lungs, allowing people to breathe easier. People who have asthma have said that smoking marijuana has actually helped them use their inhalers a lot less, and has allowed them to breathe a lot easier.
Should marijuana be fully legalized in every state? Share your opinion in the comments below.